Hey my friends, what is up? Derek here from Bomb Socks with another day of Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ and we do it one amazing bite at a time. So this is section 126, another one of those massive sections that you probably don't have a lot marked in, but there's a cool principle here as we are going to get a little bit more into the head of this guy. We all know him. His name is Brigham Young. So one of the things that is not as well known about Brigham is Brigham actually lost his first wife back in 1832. Her name was Miriam. They had two young daughters, and Miriam died of what was called consumption, which is basically tuberculosis. And so he was a young father, widower, and he joined the church, and he was so excited about the church. In fact, you can find a lot of this information in a wonderful Revelations in Context called Take Special Care of Your Family. I would recommend reading this. It's a pretty quick read. You can do it in 5 minutes or so, but it gets you a little bit into Brigham Young. Now, to show you Brigham, again, Brigham, the Lion of the Lord, look how excited he was about the gospel. This article says Brigham had been transformed by the restored gospel, and his desire to proclaim it could not be contained. I wanted to thunder and roar out the gospel to the nations, he later recalled. It burned in my bones like fire pent up. Although this required arduous travel, often in the face of poverty, sickness, and harsh weather, which he went through all of that, Brigham went willingly. It has never entered into my heart, he later declared, from the first day I was called to preach the gospel to this day when the Lord said, go and leave your family, to offer the least objection. And so here's Brigham saying, look, I was asked to do this, and I will do this. He's very passionate about the gospel. Well, section 126 comes on the heels of him having served many missions. And because of that, his family, he had a new wife named Mary Angel. So that really put a lot of stress on a family. And you guys know this. Those of you who have missionaries who have served, it can be stressful on a family. Because again, you miss that person quite a bit, especially when it is the one who is providing for your family. Back in the day, you had husbands and fathers who were leaving very shortly after their conversion, and they would go out and serve, and they would do it willingly. But still, the family struggles with that. You totally get that. Well, in this massive 3-verse section, section 126, it says, and I love these words from the Lord. Dear and well-beloved brother Brigham Young, verily thus saith the Lord unto you, my servant Brigham, it is no more required at your hand to leave your family as in times past, for your offering is acceptable to me. That's a great statement. I have seen your labor and toil in journeyings for my name. I therefore command you to send my word abroad and take especial care of your family from this time, henceforth and forever. Amen. There's the whole section. And I was reading this where it says, take especial care of your family. I was looking up what is the difference between especial and special. It's the letter E. There's not really much difference. One of them is more archaic than the others. But we often will use the phrase especially, to really put emphasis, like, I want you to especially do this. Well, in the Come Follow Me manual, it actually talks about this. It says, the Lord wants me to take care for my family. After returning from the latest of several missions to England, Brigham Young received another important calling from the Lord to take especial care of his family, who had suffered in his absence. As you ponder how this and other counsel in section 126, again, those massive 3 verses, applies to you, consider the words from Sister Bonnie L. Oscarson, former Young Women's General President. Remember that some of the greatest needs may be those right in front of you. Begin your service in your own homes and within your own families. These are the relationships that can be eternal. Even if, and maybe especially, there's that word again, if your family situation is less than perfect, which should be all of us, you can find ways to serve, lift, and strengthen. Begin where you are, love them as they are, and prepare for the family you want to have in the future. So I love that phrase because it's telling us, and as you know this, your service in the church will often kind of take you away from your family. I've often used the phrase that it's a good thing that you're put together for time and all eternity, because on the earth you sure can be kept apart a lot, often in church service. Anybody who's served in a bishopric or a Relief Society presidency or any of those right there, it's something where you are often away from your family. I remember serving as a bishop years ago, and my family was pretty young at the time. I remember having my executive secretary, he would call me and he'd set up appointments for me. And he called me one night and he said, hey, I've got appointments for you. And I'm like, okay, who? And he goes, your appointment is with your own family. And he didn't set up appointments, but he cleared my whole schedule for the evening. And he just said, you go be with your family. And I loved that. Again, I was anxious to serve, just like Brigham, but I love my family and I'm grateful to be able to be with them. And my wife was super happy when she said, who's your visits with tonight? And I said, you guys. And that made a lot of difference there. So please make sure that you are taking a special care of your family in the midst of your church service, because that's an important thing there. Just a little message from section 126. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thank you so much for sharing these messages. Go check out our amazing gospel themed socks at bombsocks.com, and you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.